Alrighty, guys. Well, this is part two. Sorry I had to take a little bit of a break there, but hopefully, you guys enjoyed the first part. We're in the bottom of the eighth inning. Bases are loaded. We had a leadoff double by C.J. Cron. We had a 5-3 put out by Cameron Maben. Runner did not advance. We had a single by Elderton Simmons, which um, advanced C.J. Cron to third base, and then a walk to Danny Espinoza. So we are currently sitting with bases juiced, one away here in the bottom of the eighth inning. It is a tie ball game, 5-5, Miami and Los Angeles. Martin Maldonado is up. Hey, Robbie, how you doing? Martin Maldonado is up, so they have made the call to the pen. And coming in to pitch for Miami here in the bottom of the eighth, Drew Steckenrider. Drew Steckenrider is coming in to face off against Martin Maldonado. So, there we go. So we'll see what happens here in the bottom of the eighth inning. Now the defense can play in, or they can play back and go for the double play. They're going to play back, hopefully get the double play. You know what? No, they're not. They're going to play. They're going to play in. Defense is going to play in. So we have got the bases juiced. Defense is going to play in. Bases full. Yes, I had a great dinner. Thank you for asking there, Bobby. Appreciate that. Or Robbie, sorry. So bases are juiced. Martin Maldonado, he is grounded to short in the third inning, hit a 3-run home run in the fourth inning, and then proceeded to ground to short in the sixth inning. So 1 for 3 on the day, but the one hit was a 3-run home run. Can Martin Maldonado, the crowd is screaming and yelling here as Drew Steckenrider finishes his pitches. Defense for Miami is at the edge of the grass. And Martin Maldonado. And away we go. Robbie had lasagna. I had, what did I have? I had a, what was it called? Enchilada? Is that what they're called? Enchiladas, I think? Yeah. All right, so here we go. Big play. I just, if they get the lead here going the ninth, it's going to be tough, but we'll see. So it is a 54. That is a 32. Bases juice 32. And that's going to fly out. And it's going to center field. One run is going to score. Runner to second goes to third. The runner on second happens to be Simmons. If he's a poor runner, he would hold, but no, he goes to third. Unless, hang on a second, he's a right-hander. Drew Steckenrider is a K9. So on a K9, it is actually a strikeout. So no advancement on the runner. So Drew Steckenrider comes in and gets the all-important out after we were looking at the lead there. So that brings up Yanul Escobar. 2 away, still bases full. Can Drew Steckenrider get Miami out of this jam? 23, and that is going to be a 12 with the bases juiced. And the defense, I called it in, but now because there's 2 outs, they'll play deep. So we're going to look at the first baseman for Miami. That's Justin Bohr. He's got a range of 2. It would be a double play, but they did not need a double play to get out of the inning, and they are going to do it. It's going to be a 3-1 putout, and nothing across for Anaheim with bases loaded. Drew Steckenrider comes in and shuts the door down. So go to the ninth, still tied at 3-4-5, 2-4-5. Yes, 5-5. Just wanted to double check on that. You never know anymore. So coming in was Garia. I think Gauria came in and pitched the 8th inning, right? So there should be a line there. We had Norasco, then we had Alvarez in the 6th inning. And Bud Norris came in the 7th. Gauria came in the 8th. All right. So that brings us back to the top of the lineup for Miami, hanging on by the dear skin of their chinny chin chin. We've played one game in this 2017 replay. It went into extra innings, and right now we are tied going in the 9th inning. So far this tournament has been off to a hell of a start. D. Gordon and Gauria is going to face Gordon. Yes, he is. 54, and that is going to be a 32, and we go back to the bases empty, 32. And against the lefties at K6, that is a strikeout of D. Gordon. Crowd on their feet here. JT Real Muto. 62, that's a 27. That's not going to do it either. And against the right-hander again, he's a K3. K3 is not on the list, so it's a 5-3 put out as it rolls down to third base. Good scoop there by the third baseman. Escobar throws it over across the diamond. CJ Cron stretches and makes the catch. That brings up Christian Yelich 2 away here in the 9th inning. 54 is a 32, and that is going to be against the lefty. That is another strikeout. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be it for Gauria. But that is enough to get him out of the inning. So Christian Yelich down, and Miami goes 1, 2, 3 in the top of the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th. It's Drew Steckenrider versus Cole Calhoun. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness gracious. It's only a 6. So a 6 is a double to right center field. If this is a first column 6 and the pitcher has a PHR of 0 against right-handers, against left-handers, it's a 4, so no. So he does not have a 0. So it is going to be a leadoff double by Cole Calhoun, though, and the crowd explodes on that. Can Anaheim somehow, some way get out of this? So Drew, let's see, he came in here. 1, 2, that's only his third batter. He'll be facing off against Mike Trout, the righty-righty matchup here. Oh boy, can Mike Trout be the hero for Anaheim? Runner at second, no one out. Doesn't even bunt. He's not a very good bunter, actually. He's a 1 bunt. 1 on a hit and run. Is anyone on Anaheim a good bunter? But then do you pull out Mike Trout for a bunter? No, the crowd says. What are you doing, manager? You can't be pulling Mike Trout out to put in a bunter. So Mike Trout, whoop, give me back. Come on. Drew Steckenrider. That is a 16. That is a 28. Runner at second. Runner second, 28. Shortstop. Shortstop is going to be Hidemi Hakararia. He's got a range of 1. With a range of 1, it is out at first. Runner moves to third on the 6-3 putout. So 6-3, but the runner is now 90 feet away with less than 1 out. With less than 2 outs. So 1 out, and on third base is Cole Calhoun. Due up is Albert Pujols. So Mike Trout actually does his job, gets the runner, and advances him into scoring position. So Drew Steckenrider, he can face Albert Pujols. I think they are Miami's best bet at trying to get through this. That is a 14. That is a 30 with a runner at third. We're going to check. It's going out into left field. It's going out into left field. Marcell Ozuna is out there on the left. He has a range of 3, and it's a flyout. Runner holds unless they are a G runner. Cole Calhoun is a normal runner, not a G runner. And if he has a, actually, he does have a K9 versus right-handers. So with the K9, that is actually a strikeout. So Pujols down on strikes. Now 2 away. Defense can play back. CJ Cron, the last hope, last time up. He's actually, believe it or not, he is 3 for 4 with 3 doubles. A double in the second, and a double in the 8th, and I believe it was a double in the 4th inning. So he's at least 3 for 4. And at least 2 doubles. It might have been, I can't remember if that was a double or a single. But CJ Cron, so the question is, do they intentionally walk him to face Cameron Maybin? They got plenty of bases open. 2 away here in the bottom of the 9th inning. CJ Cron or Cameron Maybin are pretty equal. Here. So I think they're both right-handers as well. So they're going to face off CJ Cron. They're going to pitch to him. Can CJ Cron be the hero? Runner at third, 42. And that's a 44 with the runner at third. And that's a 4-3 putout. And second game of the tournament. And this is going to be the second one in a row that we are going extra innings, tied up at 5 apiece. So as I mentioned, Los Angeles is going to have to make the pitching change. And this might actually take me a minute to try and figure out. Just have to separate my pitchers here. So it's easier for me to. A couple of them stuck together. Come on. And all right, so that looks like. Now what I have to do is separate out any of the starters. Anyone that started more than like 2 or 3 games, we're not going to be using them. All right, so we know these guys are not going to be. All right, so let's see. Giancarlo Stanton, the right-hander, then Justin Bour, the left-hander, then Marcell Ozuna, the right-hander. So righty, lefty, righty. This guy, yes. Now all we have to do is determine anybody that pitched less than like 5 innings. We won't be using them because they're not going to be in the game. All right, so these the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them all pitched like less than 2 innings, or so we can put these on the bottom of the pile. All right, so that's narrowed us down here. So good strikeouts there. Let's see here. All right, I think we've made our choice. Los Angeles Angels are going with Yasmiro Petit. Yasmiro Petit. Y-U-S-M-E-I-R-O-P-E-T-I-T. He's coming into pitch the 9th. He'll be facing off against Stanton. and Justin Bour and Marcell Ozuna. Free baseball, second game of the tournament, and both games have gone extra innings. That's why I switched this seat, so I could actually have a few extra innings. So Yasmiro Pettit versus Giancarlo Stanton. That's a 56. That is a 13. And that is going to be a strikeout unless he has a K1. He does not have a K1. So strikeout of Giancarlo Stanton. Threw that fastball right by him. He couldn't catch up to that pitch. Justin Bour, 54. I see 32. That's not going to get it done either. 32 is going to be against the lefty. Not high enough for a strikeout, but it is a pop fly to right. That is an F9. So Miami quickly down to their last out here in the top of the 10th. Marcell Ozuna, 44. That is a hit. So Marcell Ozuna gets a hit. This could be dangerous. 22. And that one is gone. Marcell Ozuna with the home run. And the Miami dugout erupts as Marcell Ozuna goes deep here in the top of the 10th. Wow, what a game. Derek Dietrich now. 56, and that is a 13, so he strikes out, but 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. We go to the bottom of the 10th. Miami now up 6-5. Drew Steckenrider, he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He is done. So Drew Steckenrider's done. Tazawa's done. So Miami has to find the closer. We have Cameron Maybin, Alderson Simmons, and Danny Espinoza due up. So that is a righty, and a switch hitter. So they're going to be bringing in. Let's see who they are going to be bringing in here. Here it is. Kyle Bearclaw is coming in to pitch for Miami. Kyle Bearclaw to pinch the 9th. Can he get the save? In the 10th inning, Kyle Bearclaw against the right-handers. Not exactly the best matchup, but so now the question is, if you're Los Angeles, who do you have on the bench that you can bring in? So let's take a look and see here who they have on the bench. And if they're going to bring anyone in, it would have to be a left-hander. And again, we don't want anybody that didn't have very many at-bats. Like 8 at-bats during the regular season. They're not going to be on in the tournament. That guy can go. And there's our pitchers. All right, so all these guys for Los Angeles don't have enough. So Shane Robinson, Cliff Pennington. There's a lefty, Luis Valbuena. He plays third base. Maybin plays the outfield. So Justin Upton's a righty. That doesn't help as much. Maybin hit 6. I think we're going to be, well, Ben Revere. He plays the outfield. He is a lefty. But I think they're just going to leave Cameron Maybin actually in there for now. They don't have much left on their bench. Good evening, Mr. Dave Little. You're missing some free baseball here. We're in the bottom of the 10th inning. In the top of the 10th inning, with 2 out, no one on, Marcell Ozuna goes deep and gives the Miami Marlins, the 18th seed, the lead in this one. We've now played 2 games of this tournament. Both games have gone into extra innings. So Kyle Bearclaw is now facing off in the bottom of the 10th. Can he hold on for Miami? Cameron Maben. 16 is a 28. And he is a K6 against both lefties and righties. So that is going to be a strikeout. A K. Alderton Simmons, 14 home runs in the regular season. They could certainly use one now. Kyle Bearclaw trying to nail this one down. 63, that is a 31, and that's not going to do it. Pop fly to center, and making the catch out there in center field is going to be Christian Yelich, F8. And Los Angeles is 1 out away from being removed from this playoff tournament. The 15th seed Los Angeles Angels on the brink of elimination to the 18th seed Miami Marlins. Danny Espinosa is the last hope here. He is a switch hitter, so he will go from the left side. So it's a lefty-righty matchup, whatever slight advantage that gives him. Here it is, 31. It is a 44. That's going to come out. It's flying into center field. Christian Yelich on his horse. He races over, makes a catch, and that is it. No runs, no hits, no errors. And the Miami Marlins are celebrating here on the field. They storm the field as they have upset the 15th seed Los Angeles Angels and will advance in the 1-and-done tournament. They scored 6 runs, and let's see how many hits they actually had. They had 1 hit, 2 hits, 3 hits, 4 hits, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits, and no errors. The Los Angeles Angels with 5 runs on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hits as well, and no errors. So Miami Marlins, 6 runs, 10 hits, no errors. The Los Angeles Angels, 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. And remember, if you're joining us late, the Los Angeles Angels had bases loaded in the, what inning was that? That was the 8th inning? Yes, it was the 8th inning. Bases loaded with only 1 out. And coming in to pitch at that point was Drew Steckenrider. Struck out Martin Maldonado, and then Yaul Escobar grounded out to first base. Miami got out of that inning and then won it in extra innings. In the top of the 10th inning, Giancarlo Stanton stepped up, strikeout. Justin Bour flew out to right field, and then Marcell Ozuna, he takes it going into left field, and standing there watching it leave is Cameron Maben, and the Miami Marlins stunned the baseball world. The 18th seed takes out the higher seed Los Angeles Angels, and we have our final. Miami will move on. Winner. Wow, this is 2 games in this tournament so far, and both games have gone into extra innings, so this is going to turn out to be a hell of a tournament if we look at our updated brackets here for you guys. So the, oops, there we are. Let's zoom in here a little bit so we can get a little bit better view. There we go. So down here, the Los Angeles Angels, Miami Marlins. So the Miami Marlins will move on to face off against the powerhouse 2nd seed, the Cleveland Indians. Up in the top bracket here, the let's see, the Seattle Mariners, yes, took on the Texas Rangers and defeated them in 14 innings. And the Seattle Mariners will move on to face off against the number 1 seed Los Angeles Dodgers. We're now moving on to the next game, game number 3, which is the New York Yankees hosting the New York Mets. So the Yankees-Mets will be next up here in our 2017 National Pastime Next Generation Plus 1nDONE tournament. Thank you all for joining me. This is part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, I would highly recommend it. It was a very entertaining, well-played game. But the Miami Marlins, the Fish, have come back and win this one in extras. Marcell Ozuna, the solo home run just over the left field wall, gives the Marlins a 6-5 win. And they will head out to they will head out to Cleveland to take on the Cleveland Indians. Next game up, Yankees will host the Mets in game number 3. And if it's anything like these first 2 games in the series, you just never know what's going to happen. Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Rob, and everyone that came out to check out game number 2. I appreciate it. We will see you all soon, whenever I get the lineups and everything set up for the Yankees and Mets. See you all then. Thanks for watching.